dismantle Mongols, knock Mongols out of Chengdu, which would be very disappointing for a lot of the Chinese fans who would have wanted to see Mongols in some of these stage games.
Well, this one not on stage. I wonder if that helps. Controls out in any way, shape or form. 9-10 immediately eliminated by NQZ. The start is not a positive one here for the Mongols. They are losing all sorts of map control. Mzinho, though, trying to pull it back for the team, has found himself one with the assistance of Controls. There's a nice little exchange over at Ramp Room, and they've actually dropped the bomb carrier. So even, Blitz getting one more is going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works here. This was a battle on multiple fronts that it looked like paiN was winning, but they just sort of overstay their welcome there in the Ramp Room, lose control of the bomb, and
QZ starting out onto the line, peppered a little bit by Controls, 25 HP at this point. I just don't see this coming together for him. Spots out where Mzinho does reposition, but the dualies are putting the fear of God in this man, and Controls will be the one to close it out. Was a worrying start for Mongols on the pistol, but they very much put the pieces back together. All rifles for both sides here.
Well, the utility certainly pacey. And here goes DGT. Ooh, thought he was looking for the vent drop, but decides to try and pick the base up into Annex, which is going to be a mistake. We'll go down to Blitz. Techno also helping out, and this is very awkward indeed for everybody, apparently, as Blitz just gets caught on the timing there. USP in hand, doesn't work out for him. The trades come back. We're now in a 3-on-3, but the bomb control is completely lost. It's out in the middle of the A site.
That skirmishes on either sides of the map could start to make the difference. NQZ wins an important one over on Ramp Room, and now it's just two players in lobby that have lost all control and information in this round. Yes, they have the bomb, but paiN are slowly closing in around them.
They're boosting for heaven.
Oh, they whiffed it quickly, though. Snow's ready for it, I think, as a result, surely.
Nah, is he? He's waiting. Techno spots him out, hits the head, and that's imperative. That's important because the bomb, again, is still beckoning for these remaining two paiN members who are both very low and now don't have that pincer strike to assist them. A push-out hut with a setup like this just surely does not work for paiN. Controls is very healthy. Techno goes down for free, and Controls has now been spotted out as well. It's all on the newbie into the roster. 25 seconds left. Plenty of time for Big Uzera to try and make something happen, but Controls will lock down.
Overlooks the door creep and lets his player die on Rafter. paiN back to the drawing board. All comes out on NQZ, not something we've seen them have access to just yet. When will they get started here? DGT under pressure. Who is that? Inside a lobby. Controls. I mean, a player who we've seen just with brain dead aggression online against Asian teams gets caught off guard. Snow, though, on outside does rectify a bit of a bad situation. 9-10 under pressure now, also cleaned up. What is that from Snow? It's feeling chilly in Chengdu right now.
I imagine it would be, actually. It's getting quite cold over there. Techno's going to try to salvage the situation. He actually doesn't take any damage in that exchange. Player on top of Annex is going to catch him off guard, though. So it's all on Mzinho.
He's going to play his trade at a number of international events, and that's just another one of those rounds where you see flashes of brilliance for him. You see exactly why paiN is banking on players just like him to kind of hit a new level, a new era of Brazilian CS, I guess. paiN closing that round out rather cleanly. They'll be happy with how the latter portion of it has gone. 9-10 moved over to Ramp Room here. Well, DGT, man, that's a good start onto Blitz. Is that on Yard again, or is that through the lobby door? Can't see where Blitz has died here.
He's died in Hut. I think he might have died in Hut. Oh no, he's died in Annex. Techno does get DGT. Set up behind Unbreakable.
He's been heard. Mollied out.
Yeah, gonna have to take the fight. Can't do much with that one. And Mzinho a little bit too late for the swing here to salvage. One by one, the Mongols will fall. It's just 9-10. Who has opted to go for the M4. He might want to give this one a crack. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. He's made the right call to go toward B. Can he deny anything here? All he has to do, drop the bomb and survive, but it's not going to happen. paiN will fight together.
Blitz down here with an MP9. And play this cheapy little off angle. Molotov is going to be a little bit of a tell that paiN are starting to make some moves on outside. DGT slips out. Oh, catching Mzinho off guard. It's shaky for the Mongols. has to be said. 910 also caught completely unawares. This is out of character.
Well, Controls will try and deliver once again for his team, and Blitz coming up the ramp will surely catch Davideus. This MP9 can do what it needs to. The trouble is, it's not going to be a round-winning kill, but it will at least give him an M4. Now, it's on to Techno. All eyes turning toward the veteran player of the Mongols as he hears that drop, but he just seems like he's unprepared. He turned away. Big Uzera takes his head off. Nothing Controls can do about it now. They're going to save their guns again, I think.
Maybe. We'll see what Blitz can find over towards ladder base. Wow, he's throwing the kitchen sink, and Snow has successfully flushed him out of heaven. Hold on, Controls have found a pick in towards the upper side, and he's actually going to be able to potentially tickle the bomb here.
No kit. He's got no kit. It's going to be a 10-second defuse in the smoke if he goes for it. He can't find the bomb, it seems like. And that'll probably be that. NQZ will finish it off. It just needed... Yeah, maybe if he had a kit, I think it would have been a big difference maker for him. And they are going to be playing in Hong Kong as well. So, you know, a pretty effective boot camp ahead of the major to try to integrate Controls in. And he's only going to be good for a 1-for-1 there, which is not enough considering Techno went down 4-3. Snow gets a good one back onto Blitz and then turns around to deal with Mzinho. A quick A rush. Gets paiN another round. Nobody there at the moment. Yeah, they definitely saw him earlier. Ollie's going to fizzle. Doesn't land on the silo. But still, paiN trying to work their way out onto that A side. 1-for-1 thus far. Techno again just can't quite hold on to that spray long enough.
He's seeing ghosts. Yeah. I don't know what he's shooting at. Over towards the squeaky door there. Blitz really testing the fire, testing the limits of what his body can withstand. 910 now has to get involved in this round. It's a 2-on-2. Very winnable for Mongols.
Oh, lands the shot onto Snow. It's a big one. Of course, Snow was low, but it does bring it back down to the 2-on-1. NQZ has made a step or two, I think, and that molly is going to go in. 910 defuse on the bomb. The shots are just wide, but it's a 10-second defuse. NQZ doesn't know that if he just kept spraying, he might have got him. It'll be another round for the Mongols, but it's a touch-and-go round.
It's ice cold from both Blitz and 910 to close out the late rounds. 2 more rounds left in the half here. Some reset potential on offer for paiN. They'd love a 7-5 on their map pick.
910. Wow. Going to get it done. And again, it is Snow that's able to double down. This guy has been having an absolute belter. 15-6 now. These kills just seem like they're coming out of nowhere.
He's just dominating. Yard on the T side. Multi-frags are plenty. And Mongols don't seem to have the answer for it. Facing reset potential here. paiN, I want to show... Oh, they want to throw everything at the Mongols in this round to take all of the guns out of their hand. Techno had an opportunity there, but that's another duel that doesn't go his way. Extremely questionable couple of engagements for him in this game. Every time he's been in that upper side, it's been like not his normal level of performance.
Yep, a little bit rattled on this CT side, Mongols. Well, and truly looking towards a 7-5 now. Money is
cooked.
Yeah, not great for the Mongols.
3K on 3 of those players. paiN, no, they're in full control.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess that's a stat, though, that the last time that paiN did beat the Mongols was last year.
Cologne 24.
Which is a long time ago. Techno.
Not again, man.
Timed checking Annex.
He's getting bullied.
Yeah, he can't get anything going, can he?
No.
It's a real spanner in the works for the Mongols. Obviously allows a player down vent.
Smoke 2. Unbreakable. Molly into credit card. Blitz next up to bat. Bold clean by Snow. 16-6 for the young man.
Glass is not broken for Mzinho, which makes life a little bit more difficult. MP9 at a range like this is not ideal, but he does deal with DGT, and that's going to give him an AK. Could be a heroic effort from Mzinho if he can hold on to this B bomb site solo. Meanwhile, Control's still trying to put in work on the top side of the map. Catches the lurker of Davideus. Only so many places, though, that Mzinho could be. But the Molotovs Still not disrupting him enough to deny another kill. He's done a great job to bring this back to the 2-on-2, which at least gives Controls and 910 something to play with. NQZ, shotgun or Biguzera there as well. Door opened. He would have been aware that there was players in that vicinity. And maybe 910 just going to go for another smoke defuse. This one again would be a 10-second defuse. Wants a fight. It won't go his way. 7-5. paiN pull off a very nice first half here on Nuke.
See if Mongols can start to right the ship a little bit on this T side, be a little bit more assertive, and it's going to start off here at ramp room, running into a crossfire, but it doesn't seem to be troubling them too much just yet. DGT still going unchecked on the close angle and will continue to do so.
Blitz on Outer has managed to creep his way forward, and even the Shadow will not help Biguzera out in that fight. Still does go down there, Blitz, but numbers are advantageous here for the Mongols. Techno has dropped down to B. 910's the one with the bomb. He's going to have to go all the way around to ramp room to join him. This is a little messy, but it's looking comfy for the Mongols. This would be both pistol rounds.
By the same token, it's great when you see him let loose, especially in a tournament of this caliber, and still, you know, have some impact.
Yeah, might be able to play a little bit more of his natural game on this T side. Not that he was doing too badly on the CT side. So there we go. Pistol for the Mongols. We'll keep them in the conversation.
Limping through the rest of the round on crutches. Crossed a secret, though. Oh, Mazzinho! He says, wow, you've blown open the smoke for me. That's very nice of you. Evens up the numbers.
Yeah, costs him a little bit of HP, but I suppose you'll take it. Controls might not be too pleased to still be cracking on with the MAC-10 in this round.
Both of the Mongolian lads that are looking a little bit worse for wear are the ones to make their way down into secret. A little bit of utility pressure, maybe trying to bait out some aggression from paiN. And look, it has worked. Unfortunately, with a MAC-10, there's not really much Controls could have done there.
No. 910 now on a bit of an island. His teammates coming back up secret to try to assist him, but both of them have been spotted. There's time here for Mongols to slow things down, but it looks like they're just going to try and take that timing into the A site. 910 will be the one to start to work that angle, and aware of the possibility of Davideus at back Ven. He's going to get that molly through, allows him to cross, and gives that kill over to Techno, essentially. Now, Snow's the one that they have to worry about. Straight up the vent. He was already primed and ready, waiting for that exact play, and again, it's Snow that will help keep paiN in the round, and of course, it is finished off in their favor, 8-8.
Progression smoke to windows is a high-low between heaven and hell.
Techno's been able to creep his way up close. Biguzera looks very ready for this fight, but the bink for bink goes the way of Techno with the AK, of course. So a good opener for the Mongols now. That's thrown paiN for a bit of a loop, because Mongols are now on their way back up to A. Techno. Ladder play. Not ideal.
Spots out at least a position of Davideus, but just because they know where he is doesn't mean they can deal with him.
Controls has an incend, but it's not going to matter. He doesn't get the chance to throw it. Now it's all on 910 this round. Maybe the Mongols trying to get a little bit too fancy with it. 910 will try and save the day here, but not going to happen. 9-9. paiN. Pull one back.
That's 2K from Snow. Davideus cleans up the rest of it.
Got to get in touch with a bit more of the Asian CS.
Yeah, I can't believe that people haven't been watching
Chicken Warriors versus God's Reign.
I wasn't going to say it. DGT. Could be a nice game of kickball. Could be a bonfire. Bigu, he's interested. He hasn't got the invite yet.
Nade's going to go through, but the Mongols aren't actually interested in pushing their way into Annex. NQZ aware of that. We'll take down Mzinho. DGT. Low on HP is going to be a tough fight for him against 910, so B-side is starting to open up for the Mongols, but in response, paiN taking control elsewhere on the map.
Teams have made their way down into lower. Space given to them. Snow feeling like he wants to get too toasty inside of the vent, and Controls will look to do exactly that. Hold on to this vent space.
It's a big fight here for Controls. If he's able to win it, he might be able to deny not just Snow, but NQZ's rotate as well. There's the drop. It will go the way of Snow. So extra pressure now on Blitz and 910, who answers the call well for one, but no more than that. Time, though, is ticking away, and this is a very winnable clutch for Blitz. He is waiting so patiently. The glass has been blown open for him. Waiting, and just not getting the shot onto the diffuser. He took the shot too early. Zinio and Controls are waiting. I think it's a bait, really, there from Blitz. Trying to pull the warehouse player out to see if he's going to have a look into secret. I mean, they are so locked in on NQZ. They really want to find him, and they are. Now it's Davideus that's going to have to answer the call, and he's got himself 2, nearly 3. Techno very low off the back of that engagement, and he's essentially alone on this A site. Blitz is still floating around on outer.
He's a known quantity, though. In the 3-on-1, paiN should be able to...
Yeah. That could be more important than you'd think.
It was me and you know.
Not true. They lost the map to paiN earlier on in the year. In February. But their first one in at least 6 months, I think is fair to say. DGT is going to try and help them out with a team kill onto Biguzera, but... it's not really going to shift the needle all that much. The Mongols still looking in pretty dire straits, and I think at this stage they'll probably just be looking forward to getting onto Ancient, because Nuke does not seem to be their jam right now.
Snow inside of the door. Given another opportunity by Techno. Blitz headbutts the smoke. Just trying to make anything happen with some fancy footwork.
Davideus has spotted 910, and that might be the deal sealed. The nail in the coffin. It's all on Blitz solo, and he's down to 24 HP, which is certainly not going to be enough. 13 on the board for paiN. They will take map 1 away from the Mongols.
Well earned by paiN.
Pick it back up here. It's a faster play to start things off for the Mongols. They are not messing around. They're just going to hot foot their way toward that B bomb site, try and test the aim of paiN. It's Snow that initially gets challenged, and he's just going to be deleted by Mzinho. Now, there are numbers here for paiN, which is going to good work. Biguzera get himself a double, and the rest of the troops filtering through. Ends up being a little bit more of a dire situation than it looked actually for the Mongols. Had those pistols not gone their way, and now they're going to have to do it the hard way without the pistols. A-site take is going to be the option of choice, and NQZ is going to make short work of them. Very easy stuff, 1 by 1 into the AWP. It's just a contact play that NQZ has seen a million times before and is very happy to answer. Now, there is a bit of a fight back coming through from Blitz and Controls.
Full white, able to trade at least one more back. That started so poorly for Mongols, but they're scrapping their way back into it. Controls sticking around on low HP while Blitz tries to pull this rotation all the way off the A site. One bullet, one tap dirt nap onto DGT there. And Snow with the AWP in hand.
I mean, Snow wins these. I've seen it before. Like, this guy has just been absolutely cracked at this event.
He's got a kit. Blitz tucking himself into cheetah.
The trouble is, Blitz is full HP. I mean, he's got the USP out. That'll deal with Controls, no problem, but...
I mean, well, he's... yeah, I thought he had a smoke. No, he's a flash, unfortunately. Molly's there for Blitz, so if we really do run the clock down, that could secure the round.
Yeah, and Blitz has timed it pretty nicely to walk his way into Donut, even if Controls goes down here. Wait, unless he sticks it, no way.
No way! Oh, so close. Controls has really done a number on them there. That should have been around for paiN every day of the week. Incredible multi-frag from NQZ there.
That was a very good effort from Snow. I was just, you know, when I said Snow wins these, I didn't expect that he was going to get it that bloody close.
I mean,
I actually thought Controls had a bit of nap there. I actually thought he'd lost that round. I think the HUD might have... And Davideus not able to spot 910 on that cross, so 3 players make it over to Red Room relatively unscathed. Story may change here. DGT putting in some work, and Snow's there, but he's dealt with as well. Controls. Hey, what did we say? He likes a bit of Ancient, and he is liking it a lot at the moment. And Zinio does only get himself 1, so this round is still kind of up in the air, depending on what Davideus can do. But now having been smoked off, it will allow for an easy plan for the Mongols.
Techno cleaned up in the background. Davideus is still quite active inside of A main, despite the fact that he's been smoked off. But catching that nade is going to diminish his interest in... Hasn't recently taken a bath. Gives me some hope that maybe there's something I can do. I'm 29. But I'm not running it down online on the daily, so I haven't been, scrimming for this.
Well, nice flash there into Cheetah. He's going to catch both controls and 9-10 unawares. Techno and Mzinho working hard to try to pull this round back into the favor of the Mongols, and it does look like that effort will be rewarded. Still one more player on this B bomb site that ultimately will fall. So it was a bit of a heart-stopper of a moment there for Mongols initially, but the recovery is swift.
Plant's not down yet, though. That's going to give Davideus some time to get involved. If he doesn't have the kit, if he just wins this first duel versus Mzinho, there's some potential there. He's lost a lot of HP on the way through. Bit of a soft crossfire to close things out. Blitz able to close things out nicely for Mongols. A third in a row.
Got beaten up a little bit on Nuke. It seems as though 9-10 still, hasn't quite woken up today, but he's got the AWP in hand. Oh, jeez. Okay, he doesn't have the AWP in hand anymore.
I don't know if he had any head armor. Controls cleaned up on shelf. Somebody else will have to step up. These have been the two best players for Mongols at this event thus far, really. Gonna take the rest of the boys to get something rolling for themselves. A triple peak is too much for Techno to handle. Mzinho, not good for it either.
Yeah, nice round from DGT, though. Which might not be a bad shout if he goes all the way to CT and wins that duel. He can plant on A.
I mean, his NQZ locked in on Red Room. Doesn't even matter. Snow, once again, on top of things for paiN. Nice recovery for them.
Here goes Mzinho, just up the ramp, will be smoked off, but he can get out in front of it. Oh, wants to take that duel. That's a very bold fight, but he knew he had backup even if he did go down. So timing will work out quite nicely there for the Mongols. They needed to take a risk with a buy like this, and they've done it. They've got that plant. A very quick one, too.
Another flash sitting here on Blitz. Could set up the next wave of aggression from Mongols to try to disrupt this retake before it starts to come in. Re-execute in onto the site from the CT side. It's a bit of a role reversal, but what a flash from Blitz to set up 9-10.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Nice little bounce right there, and DGT does go down as a result, but two players at wood wall. Not aware of that is paiN, and NQZ is well out of there. A masterstroke of a round from the Mongols after the timeout. Pulls that momentum right back in their favor.
Faith placed in Mzinho, and he delivers. Big 3K with a hero rifle. Reset potential is palpable for the Mongols. If they can win round number 8 here, they will have a pretty one-sided T-half, one would imagine.
Bit of damage done from the outset. Blitz just burns alive. The mid-take has not gone well. paiN getting away with a lot of the opening duels in this half so far.
Now Techno feels the need to activate a little. Found some space through Cheetah into Cave. paiN be aware of this pacing. Snow and Biguzera looking like a couple of dwarfs inside of a coat right now. Stacked up on each other's heads, but will fall off. Techno's heard all of this. Ready on the line. Catches Biguzera. This could be where things start to turn around for the Mongols. Beautiful stuff. The B site just folds like a bloody plastic chair.
Yeah, this is not how this one should have gone. paiN were very much in the advantageous position, and the Mongols have just bullied their way up into B.
Another nice entry from Controls. Money still good enough for paiN to put another fight together here. Once again, looking to contest middle. Davideus and DGT have passed the test every single time. Blitz and Controls down for the count.
Another opening advantage for paiN, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this round is going to go their way. The Mongols have been good in these disadvantageous positions.
Biguzera could be tested in Red Room here.
Yeah, Techno Oh, what a clean kill. And 910 gets the rid of Biguzera as well. It's just turning on its head, isn't it? The Mongols have found that magic again.
Yeah, they're cutting down the numbers and cutting the map in half. Smoked off out of Red Room. Flash on through to try to set up Snow, but inside of the smoke, Mazinho has isolated the tool onto the support player. I thought he was going to try to swindle Snow. He's gone straight to the source.
He might still swindle Snow. He does. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just a shift so dramatic between map to map.
I mean, it's not that it hasn't been working, to be honest. Like, they've dominated mid-control, but then they just lose in the mid-round.
Mongols out onto lane. DGT looks like he wants to challenge that, but he can't see a thing. That was a team flash, surely.
Yes, it was.
That's not ideal, but Snow, he tries to recover it, just can't do enough. The bodies that are thrown at him will eventually overwhelm him.
And Davideus looking to activate from Cave.
910 plants the bomb at the wrong time. He might get it. Ooh, gives away the position now. So 910 away to the danger. Will risk that plant anyway. And Techno happy to hide behind this smoke, although it's going to fade shortly. Oh, he's timed it nicely. Did NQZ see him? I think not. Techno rips his head off. This is just an inspired performance again from Techno in comparison to what we saw on Nuke, and that is a lot of damage onto Davideus, which will be finished off. Mongols are right back into the thick of things. 9-3, a fantastic first half on Ancient. Happening at all here on Ancient, it has been the complete opposite. 9-3 the scoreline. The Mongols looking good to close this out and force us through to Inferno. Hits around in the second half underway. Snow has started well. Started very well. And Zinio, feeling a bit of that pressure, is going to decide to back up as well. A pistol would be exactly what paiN needs.
Controls, though, keeping things interesting. Unfortunately, that's where the good news ends for the Mongols. Snow has wiped the floor with them after a quiet first half following an outstanding game on Nuke. The youngster has woken up for paiN yet again. Newest addition, but far from a youngster. Controls looking for some exits here.
Every little bit counts. Bit of extra cash in the back pocket for the CT side would be nice. Not going to get it. So paiN. I'll have to find out. Faster play again from paiN straight out into middle. It does result in a little bit of damage off the util from the Mongols, but not much more than that. No. Really needs to be getting that kill.
Oh, I did not know he was feeling hungry because he's made a meal of that one. Zinio able to clean up his leftovers at least, but it's still not good news for the Mongols. I'm sure we're going to have to watch that in the replays as well. I don't want to, but I just know it's coming down the pipeline.
Everything equalized. 3 players stacked over toward the B site for the Mongols, feeling the threat on that side of the map. Controls has gone looking for a bit of info, and he comes up with a bit more than he bargained for. A headshot onto Davideus will swing this round back towards the Mongols. As paiN try to think about what is plan B going to end up being now. They've only got a singular smoke to get into this site, so it might be a little bit more contact heavy. As you can see with Biguzera trying to probe in through Cheetah. Just the one smoke for short. Techno in the corner here with the MP9 will make short work of that. Picks himself an upgrade. And so paiN are having a tough time, and this is the problem when you've only got the one smoke to try to make your way into the B bomb side. That position on long is able to prevent really any entry into the site. This time, doesn't look like paiN are going to quite move so quickly in toward middle. They've actually put a bit more presence over towards lane. They're eating a bunch of grenades, and Snow's also been given a little bit of a love tap there by Blitz through the smoke, so it's already a little worse for wear on the behalf of paiN. Techno up to his usual tricks outside of Cave. Okay, gets 3 all on his own.
Could have been happy with one there, but he went back for seconds and third helpings. It's kind of like a Gandhi, Jesus-like figure in Mongolia. Mythical and full of wisdom. Didn't tell Mizzino that DGT was saving in spawn though, and that's probably something that they should know. I don't think there's even enough time to get the bomb and get to the site even, but a couple more guns taken away for Mongols, which, to be fair, at this stage in the game, they can't necessarily afford to replace, but with a 6-round lead, I mean, the loss bonus will stack up either which way.
Yeah.
Get in your head a little bit, you know? Like, he didn't need to do that. No. But he still did it to you.
But he could. 9-10 bringing much that same idea to this round. Gets a bit aggressive on the ramp, decides better of it. There's a bit of info coming on both sides as the Molotovs are singeing some toes. DGT will find a double entry. And now Techno tucked in the corner, has to make a miracle out of it. Tried, but running with the AK. Can't put it together, and looks like Mongols might be losing this round. A grenade that will sail a little too far to do any damage. Leaves Mzinho with a 1v3. It is a winnable one considering the HP of these players. Sacrifices a little bit for that kill, but that's the bomb spotted. Good swing in there from paiN together. Job done. Round on the board for paiN, but a long way to go before this gets interesting.
Open a rifle, but there's no util. And a couple of lackluster weapons behind it. Early contest in middle. Some chip damage by paiN. Oh my lord, the util combo. Flash and a molly. Techno standing inside of it. Blitz though, rectifying the situation at least for a moment. 9-10 getting involved as well. Mad disadvantage for but a moment until Mongols instantly recover.
Yeah, it seems like Mongols always have an answer. A headshot from downtown. Still, they're fighting for it. DGT does get one, instantly brought back to heal by Mzinho, and 9-10 is now in CT spawn, not controls with a 5-7, which is a rude awakening. No, hang on, where's that come from? 1v1, can't win it. 9-10 saves the day for the Mongols, 12 on the board. Controls ready for it, Techno there to back him up. And it does seem like paiN have no option but to walk into it. Davideus will creep his way around the corner, and the 1-2 punch works out perfectly for the Mongols. Controls flashed out, still does a lot of damage to NQZ.
In the meantime, though, Snow has found Blitz in middle. Could be a rifle picked up for him. Only an MP9, but still it's an awkward situation for Mongols, kind of hot-footing it around. 9-10 getting on this deep midline from Donor. Starting to recover things. Techno applying pressure to Bigu, who will fall away and maybe looks to join up with NQZ. Is still occupying mid. Bomb in his hand. Bigu continue to press the issue here.
NQZ going to be spotted out though, and that's the problem. Bomb now dropped, even though Biguzero has crept his way out onto the B side, and in theory should get the kill onto the Techno. That's not even going to happen. So round over and done with. 13-6. Not much of a fanfare for the Mongols, as they know there's still a job to do. To an extent we have, you know, Spirit Mongols in the lower bracket playing an elimination match would be probably unexpected, although the controls factor is there. NQZ, though, has eaten a headshot to start this round off. The Mongols thinking about going A, but, of course, the bomb situated over in Banana is going to have them headed in that direction. So 2 players to defend. It'll be Snow that starts the proceedings nicely, but immediately traded back down by 9-10. So Danger Man out of the picture. Biguzera trying to do what he can. A nice tap or 2. Techno and Controls both go down. And all of a sudden, this round might swing back on its head. 9-10 rushing to try to get that plan, which he is able to achieve, but now it's all on Mzinho. 3 kills required. There's not quite a clean enough couple of taps with the Glock. And that is the first round underway for paiN. Honestly, I feel like it actually kind of happens more than you think. A Glock shot through like a wall or something that does 1 damage, even though it's a headshot. How about that one, though, from Mzinho? Can he double down now that he knows where DGT is?
Aggression into Boiler from DGT going, looking for information. Unchecked. Freebie onto Blitz. Rifle hits the floor.
M4, yeah. I mean, that's not ideal, but 9-10 strikes back with the Deeg. The Deegs are doing some work right now. Gun's been retrieved. It's in the hands of Techno now, and Mzinho's crept his way back to the top of carpets.
He's been hanging around there. Wants to try to tussle with the players inside of the A side. Hasn't really had anyone peek him, give him an opportunity. Finally, NQZ sliding out onto the line. not able to capitalize. In the meantime, Snow does catch controls on the lurk towards B. Now a 3-on-2 inside of the A site. Crossfire between NQZ and DGT on the site. DGT able to deliver from the cold box, and it's just 9-10. If he can connect this shot, maybe he can make the dig in time.
No.
But I think that's it. Damage done by the Mongols, but it won't be around.
Yeah, just tried to play it a little bit too slow, which you could understand why, right? He was trying to go stealthy, but...
Onto dig. Drops it. 23 seconds on the clock. In comes the jungle wrap. Surrounded on all sides are paiN inside of the A side.
Oh, that's a lucky kill for Big Uzera, but it could go a long way in helping paiN win this round. Oh, they've lined up. How much more unfortunate could this round be for the Mongols? That has just gone awry. I mean, the gods have... well, the planets are aligning for paiN in that last round. Fortunes favoring this South American squad.
Man, got bad to worse here for Mongols now.
Well, they've got to find a way to dig deep. You know, it's going to be time for attack timeout, I imagine, after this round. See what Mara has to say.
Lovely flash timing there. Almost sets up DGT to further extend the advantage for paiN. Mongols under the press. Only 4 grenades to work with to try to work their way through the rest of this round. NQZ under pressure now. Doesn't get caught on the fadeaway. Backed up well by Davideus.
2 players that are relatively low, though, on this A side. So Mongols not out of the contest just yet, but they'll need to pick up the freebie onto DGT in the cutout, and that is going to be easier said than done now that NQZ has slid back on the line. It's a great crossfire. Very, very tough one to break. DGT doesn't even really have to do anything here, but he's waiting for the flash to come across, and then he'll swing onto controls. That's a perfect round for paiN. 5 alive. Their CT side is really getting underway and
looking for someone to take advantage of. Mongols creeping up, contact up into brackets. NQZ finds controls.
Yep, just chilling. Easy kill for NQZ.
Another man advantage for paiN. I mean, Mongols didn't really have very much utility in a round like this. Very clear that they were trying to look for that contact approach up into A. Didn't find the timing.
Pretty tough going. Zinho looks like he's going to be timed there and does. Unfortunately, find himself on the receiving end of a headshot from DGT. NQZ also able to strike for his second in the round. This is just one by one. The Mongols falling like a pack of cards. Or a house of cards, as it were. Techno will offer some resistance, but only so much. Bomb plant would be nice, I guess. He's going to try and fake it out and draw out that peak. Techno attempting to offer a masterclass, but nobody's buying.
Even the calling is starting to go by the wayside, and these rounds are just coming quite easily to paiN.
Oh man, that is a lot of damage off of the util for the Mongols in this round. And NQZ lining them up again. Finds himself one, sets it up easily for Snow, and NQZ is just not missing right now. 910's Deagle also, to be fair, has been pretty good, but that's really only a silver lining to a very dark cloud for the Mongols at the moment. This is about to be 7-0.
The dying hours of this half. Wait, okay, he could catch Davideus for 3 here. A site wide open.
Knifey Spoony.
He's read that so well, Jordan. Wow. 9-10, locked in. But on 18 HP, similar to Techno in the last round, like, surely you can't clutch this, right?
He does get out, and he is going to get a plant, and he has got an AK in hand, so it's not impossible. Let's see. He's going to opt for the Deagle. Backing himself with that weapon, which has been connecting, and it was close, but a little too far this time around. And yeah, 7 for paiN, of course. Now recontest into sandbags. Mongols set up to defend against that, and finally something goes their way. Both Techno and Blitz able to strike. It's the first kill on the board for Blitz as well. They'll start to work their way toward the B bomb site, but they don't actually have the bomb here, so not committing to it just yet. Allowing paiN to dump a bunch of util. This is a very goofy round at the moment. Zinho, though, picks up a crucial kill, and this might actually just come down to the Mongols fragging out. They have completely ignored the fact that they don't have the bomb. They are just looking to kill all of those paiN members. Finally, 910's going to go and grab it. NQZ keeps himself alive.
Creeping out Towards spawn side, 910 is posted up. Connects the shot. Little worried there if he goes down, you could get a smoke down onto the bomb and some kind of ninja attempt.
Leaving that timer ticking down well below 20 seconds as they start to try and make their entry into the site. This has to be perfect. Still 3 players to find on A. No kills as of yet. Molotov pushing NQZ out of position, but it doesn't matter. A missed shot could be critical. 2 misses, but 5 seconds. They need to get the plant down on the floor. I think they've just managed it in time here, the Mongols. But they still have not dislodged NQZ in pit, and Controls can't get that job done. He's having an absolute stinker of a map, and 910 stepping up, keeping it alive for the Mongols, and that wrap in from Blitz could be a masterstroke, particularly if 910 hits one more shot. The Mongols might just get their way through this round, kicking and screaming. They have found a second, but boy, did it take some work.
I mean, NQZ's given them a lifeline there. He missed 4 shots in a row.
Very relaxed approach to this round for the Mongols, not even trying to probe Banana, which has typically been how they've started a lot of the rounds.
Zinho's often been flashing this angle when coming up for the creep into carpets. This time, try peeking it and punish in kind.
Yeah, Controls can't get anything as they exit, but he's going to go diving through the smoke.
Yeah, that's the most Controls play I've seen at this event.
Yes.
That is exactly how he used to play.
Well, if Mongols are going to get anything done in this round, they're going to have to go quickly in towards B while there's only the 1 player over there, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be quick enough. A flash comes across from Big Uzera, and it might be curtains for Mongols in this round as well. Blitz hunting for anything through the smoke. He does eventually catch up with Big Uzera. It'll be at the cost of a lot of his HP.
Gonna have to be another incredible play from 910 though. There's not really much more Blitz can do with his HP, but Snow from the back of the site continuing to impress.
Let's see what they can do. Smoke for top mid is going to mean that NQZ is not going to be able to do too much. This time a faster play up Banana. Back to the tried and true for the Mongols. Big Uzera will recontest that, and he gets the better of Blitz as the T-smoke actually fades to kind of get him out of there safely.
Boost up on top of logs. We're going to turn this one back around. Mazinho,
Smokes
unfortunately,
everywhere.
I mean, doesn't really do him too many more favors. Free smoke to half wall. Techno was not the man in the pole position, but he's still the man to get it done.
He's just switched on.
Switched what on? Check his PC after this. Mongols doing desperately anything that they can to get back in this one.
Well, I mean, look, paiN have had a little bit of fortune earlier on in the half. It's about time that Mongols have a little bit there as well. See if it actually results in a conversion on this T side, but it gets them back into a position where they can fight for it, and they've just given the responsibility of Controls to try to work brackets on his own. That has actually brought NQZ back into the crosshair of 910. The layers of this round are starting to work for the Mongols now. They've also got Techno waiting for this re-aggression at top Banana.
Some good fortune and some great play. Tavadeus alone on the side. Beautiful from Controls. Much needed kill to just secure a 4th from the Mongols. They were down and out 0-7 to open up this half, but 4-8 is a far sight from where they were initially.
Yeah, I think though, when you're down 0-7, to come away with a 4-8, you probably still have to just take that and say, yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll need the pistol round in the second half. DGT obviously coming across to try and see what happens. Not going to happen this time around. 8-4. As expected, paiN have come away with a pretty good first half there, but the Mongols fighting their way back on map 3.
It's itching to take a fight with 910 in the form that he's been in. I'm not sure that that's advised. We'll fall away and turn their attention back towards this A side of the map. And Zinho spotting out the carpet's pressure.
Yep, just got to back it up. Snow, oh, just clotheslined by Zinho. That is a huge shot. And it gives Controls a bit of room to work as well. That is a good defense from the Mongols as they get rolling on the CT side exactly how they'd need.
Get you one more. Go on, son. You deserve it.
He's back.
He has doubled his kills.
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, man.
Throwback.
What's his special move here? To spam through the smoke. That is a hell of a trick.
Was It's going to prompt some aggression here from Controls, but luckily he's good enough for two. He's certainly come alive here in the second half. That was a round that could have really gone astray for the Mongols. Could still, with this position of Davideus not having been cleared out yet. 9-10. Oh, he's pulled a grenade out or something. Pulled his knife out. I don't know. Davideus has found the perfect time to take that peak, and now it's a 2-on-2 on the A side.
DGT looking thoroughly stressed. Creep up into Dig.
How can you tell he's looking thoroughly stressed? I can't even see his face.
Well, I don't know. It's just the way that he's bobbing back and forth. Controls.
Take first contact. Zinio going to be waiting for that one, but the smoke isolates the duels, and this one falls apart for the Mongols. Disaster striking early in the second half. It's on the shoulders now of Techno.
Well, could come up clutch for them. Creeping his way up middle. Double pit setup, though. They're not going to give too much to him, but the molly could flush DGT out of the small pit. That's cute.
It's got two mollies.
That's very cute. Whoa, he's juggling grenades everywhere. That's very fancy.
It was a good party trick.
It's like that bloke. What was that character's name in Game of Thrones that was played by Pedro Pascal, where he comes in and spins his staff around? He's like, "Whoa, look at me!" And then he just gets
the Viper.
he just gets
the Viper. Yeah.
That was Techno right there. Some fancy footwork on his way into the side. Cool moves, but paiN will still take the round.
It's like he's playing, the longer they wait, the better this might end up getting for the Mongols, because that smoke will provide a little more assistance. So they're not going to wait it down too long. Off they go. Techno not going to have any success on top of the flower pots there, as he's now been smoked off. Molly for Nubox and for Dark. And the flashes come through. This looks like a good take for paiN, but they haven't got the entries. Here we are. The Mongols all of a sudden just burst to life. And despite the great util coverage from paiN, they are unable to break down the door on B.
Second one doesn't find the mark either. Smokes exchange between both of these teams. Now some movements back towards brackets. Oh, 9-10's been spotted. Do not give this man an opportunity.
Boiler. Oh, it's a dangerous place to be for 9-10, apparently. That's clean from DGT. Perfect crosshair placement. Zinio is still worried about someone potentially on A, so Controls has the job of holding Banana alone. Might not be getting too much out of this one unless they go towards CT spawn, which was actually a bit of a consideration from paiN, and yeah, a lot of damage being done. But you just got to wonder if Zinio is there. I suppose he was going for the orb, but if Zinio was there at the bottom of Nana, he probably cleans up those last two players.
He does, yeah, for sure. Deep up inside of carpets here, but Mongols are trying to stay one step ahead of this on the rotate.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too little too late here. 9-10 and Blitz are hot-footing it as quickly as they can, but they're going to need some defense done by the A defenders. And there's one from Zinio. Blitz coming across on the rotate, helps out Controls, who will hold the site nicely. A really, really nicely read round by the Mongols. I mean, that's why he's the GOAT. That's why he replaced
13 and 3 in this half with a 3K to start off in the pistol.
9-10 going to miss that shot. Jump across, obviously from paiN, making it difficult. This could be awkward. DGT with a headshot, and now trying to defend the site only. This is not the round you can lose. The Mongols faltering at a very inopportune time. Techno spotted by Davideus in the side. And just when you think the Mongols are getting back in action, looks like they're about to give this round up.
I think they fumbled the pack here.
Is having a look. Surely you can't be going for this 5v2. I mean, Controls is out of there. That is grim. That is very painful. Yeah, they are going to try something a bit different with this hold. Zinio on the off angle needs to find this opening kill. Snow has been good, but not good enough this time around. And Zinio goes for more. He finds the double. He knows that he was the player that went down early in the last round, wants to make amends for it in this round, and does so in spades.
You love to see that. Similar to that shelf round from Techno, who, funnily enough, is the next man to get active here for the Mongols. Despite the man advantage, they want to keep pushing the issue, but maybe that's ill-advised. Techno gonna keep things nice and locked up. Still a two-man advantage, shutting the door on the B site with the smoke.
Progression smoke thrown in here from paiN, so Techno's gonna be a little bit worried that they might still be trying to lurk their way out through that. Does call for the backup from Controls, who will confirm that the B site remains secure.
This is not even the qualification just yet. You're being made to work for even the opportunity to take on an outfit like Team Spirit. Great adaptation from the Mongols, though, has to be said. Zinho stepping up where it's needed. Techno in kind.
It's just Blitz holding on to the B-side solo.
Yeah, I mean, they already found success with that carp setup. Oh, 9-10 onto Snow. Hasn't had as good of a map as he started out with this series. It's mostly been DGT doing the lifting for paiN. Aggression into second in here for Controls. You don't want to give up that advantage, but instead further extend it. The heavy hitter for paiN hits the deck. Pigu next up to peek, and Mazinho's already ready. Masterful. These two carp setups from Mongols have been so effective.
It's not a particularly deep smoke, actually, that one. So it does give Davideus a little bit of room to work his way onto the site. He's going to have a look. There's not many avenues back into this round, but it might be a pick or two from Davideus that does it. He's been spotted out now, though, by that player in CT, so should be crisis averted.
Oh.
Techno 4K just toying with his food.
I didn't even see him. You were jiggled by an elbow. 9-10 going to convert a flawless gun round win. You see a little bit of relief there from Mara. He's in cruise control now.
It ain't over till it's over.
I mean, there's nothing he can do, really. He's out of timeouts. You just got to put your hands up and hope the boys can figure it out.
Just walk away. Oh, this is also why Mongols is such a fun team to watch, because they often have games like this where it really does go down to the wire.
I mean, that's Asian CS in a nutshell. They, as the best representative, do embody it.
Zinho
big plays and some questionable ones at times.
Just through the smoke onto Snow, opens this round up. It doesn't necessarily mean the round is over, but Mongols are going to be hoping to avoid what happened on the last eco round from paiN.
Yeah, let's not be letting history repeat itself. 9-10 under pressure. Closes the door on Davideus.
Smoked off. Controls. Uh-oh.
Oh dear, no, not like this.
And now, again, it's just a solo hold on the A side. Zinho needs to lock it down. He does a great job to get rid of DGT, which means he can just focus in onto this arch side angle. Now it's 9-10 that is in a scary spot. Bomb can transition over towards B. An important kill there from Techno, but still, paiN have guns, and they can have the B side.
Yeah, the AWP is in NQC's hands as well. You cannot take him for granted. Biku came up with a couple of magical rounds on this B side to start off this game for paiN. Went up 7-0 as a result. Techno just keeping ears out. Doesn't need to do anything too much here. Mongols just trusting in the numbers to close this round out.
Techno having a look now. He's going to go ahead of the play on his own, try and isolate a duel on the plan, and he has been able to do so. Does a good job of bringing it down to the 1v2, but NQC gets blitz, and Zinho's on the other side of the map. He's got to come charging across. Here we go. This could be a huge moment for paiN if NQZ can pull this round off. All it takes is one shot, and Zinho walks right into it. paiN to 12, and the Mongols remain on 11.
The second eco in as many rounds.
Have some kind of an impact in this round as paiN start to set their sights on the A site. 9-10, what is that? That timing is crazy, but he re-peeks right into Snow, disrespects him, and takes the first kill of the round, and now the second as well. It's coming back together for the Mongols. They continue to fight hard. Zinho still sitting on this site, inside that smoke. He'll be able to deny this bomb plant. Davideus with the fake, actually, does get it down. And another 1v3 on offer for paiN. Quick as you like. The Mongols making their way back in for this retake attempt. The flash connects. And so too will Techno. It is 12-12 secured. Another overtime here.
How much do paiN need to do, man?
Well, they need to win a few gun rounds, I guess. That's really what it comes down to. Grenade will get the trade for Blitz's death, and Controls is just unhinged, bro. He's just running down mid.
He didn't have anyone else with him. Zinho was up inside a balcony, checked well by Snow, though. Oh, Mongols, the aggression backfiring a little.
Might be leaning back toward B here, which is where the setup is. So it could still go wrong. They're walking into one another. 9-10 onto the line, gets the better of NQZ. Techno falls, no trade from 9-10. He knows he needs to try and take this fight, but too much to do as Snow comes into back it up, and paiN will take the first round of overtime.
And it's starting well. Saw Bigu get quite bold at the start of that last round and look for an opening pick, but it's NQZ with the slightly better spawn this time around. Tries to beat the progression smoke into middle here. Flashed off the line initially. HE thrown in his direction. Oh my lord, that hit so much. I think it was a nade stack through Banana as well. NQZ goes down as a result. No AWPer. Snow feeling the need, feeling the pressure to make something happen on Brackett's side. And in the blink of an eye, it's a two-man advantage for Mongols.
Doesn't mean that this is a round that's done and dusted, although it's heading in that direction. The Mongols activating all over the map. Pretty much shutting it down. Davideus is going to have a crack with that AWP himself. He's heard Techno, but doesn't cotton onto that fact quickly enough that he's on top of first oranges, and so, which obviously leaves the A side a little bit less defended, and it is something that paiN saw in regulation, but they're going to walk right into it, and I mean, it's not going to work out. You've got two players to defend on either side of Banana. You're just never winning that duel as big as Zero.
I mean, post-timeout, every time that paiN have had one, it's felt like they've come up with a little bit of a different approach. That time, not quicker pacing in towards Banana, but looking to kind of retake in the mid-round. And every time post-timeout, Mongols have had some crazy different setup organized for themselves that ends up working. Second round in a row that paiN try to limp through the rest of this round with a two-man disadvantage. Try to activate Snow here. Could be a timing to be found onto Blitz, who was anti-flash behind the car. Things just go bad to worse for this Brazilian side.
Controls creeping back onto the brackets line. He's not going to spot DGT. Well, DGT will spot him. But Control's happy to pull his knife out and give DGT a free kill. That is one way of taking that engagement.
Localized 2-on-2 on this A site. If only for a moment. 9-10 nails a sitter. DGT as well, just peeking straight into his line. How easy can you make it for a man in such fine form? Almost 10 years ago now.
IEM Taipei, yeah.
Oh, the double AWP is not something that Mongols have seen yet. It's a nice adaptation for paiN coming into OT.
Response from the Mongols is just to walk their way toward bracket, and it looks like they're going to try and bust down the door on the A site. It is a 4-on-3.
Davideus has got ants in his pants. A execute will come in.
Zenio smoked off. Maybe happy to wait it out, as it does give the Controls a little bit to work in this arch side position as well. He's worried about that AWP, as he well should be. Now a potential creep through the smoke. Controls gets the freebie. DGT, that is a mishap that should not go this way. Controls is locked in for 2, and all of a sudden the Mongols take the advantage in the round with 30 seconds on the clock. NQZ might need to do that work again, but from Pit, he's missed a couple in regulation that gave the Mongols a chance back in at this map, and he's missed 1 or 2 here as well. That is now problematic indeed, as the Mongols will take 15 and they will take series point.
Techno dropped off. See if he's going to have a little bit of a party later on, while the rest of Mongols organize themselves over towards brackets.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't move, he won't be seen. Controls through the smoke again. What is this guy on?
Incredible recovery from the man who started this game out 2-10. Another opening pick after cracking things open on jungle side. That's the second round in a row to put Mongols out in front.
You might have thought that Control's era was over after yesterday, but apparently it's back on.
Downfall was greatly exaggerated.
B-side still receiving pressure, and there's another kill for Controls as he steps up again in a big moment. Another double kill right at the back end of this game. A-site is just on Davideus in Pit. He has to make something happen here for paiN, otherwise they will be out of IEM Chengdu in 30 seconds. The first kill onto Mzinho, a pretty routine one. And Mongols slowing down a little bit, but it does not matter. Techno and Controls strike, and it's all on NQZ. He won a 1v3 earlier on, but this feels impossible. Taking some time to set himself will work his way out of library. Controls on the other side of it. And who else but Controls to throw his gun away and leave it to Techno to finish the map off. I have no idea what this guy is trying to cook, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The Mongols will take the dub. It was a hard-fought victory over paiN, but they take it 16-13.